All right. Good morning, everyone. So my name is Maxime Chambreuil. I'm working for OpenSource Integrators in the US. I'm a project manager and consultant, and I'm also based in Querétaro, Mexico. And I'm gonna show you or discuss this morning the RMA, and more than the RMA, it's also related to customer service. And there'll be some parts of interactive section here because we'll see basically an example of an RMA process, but talking with many people here, we all have different input and processes and way to handle this and very different scenarios. So we'll see how we can uh, move forward from this talk. Who am I? Who am I working for? So OpenSource Integrators, it's the Odoo Gold Partner in the US since 2012. We specialized in manufacturing industry. We have offices in Arizona and California, on about 20 employees, mostly working on Odoo, Hadoop, and Magento. We accumulate more than 100 years of experience in business system implementations, and we won the Best Partners Americas in 2013. And you probably heard about us through our books, Financial Accounting with Odoo. We released the second edition last year, and we'll release the third one with version 11 in the next few months. So agenda. So as I said, well, RMA to us is a part of the customer service, and that's usually what I call the forgotten part of the projects or the company. We'll see then the process. One of the process we made for one of our customers, and I explained a little bit about the context after this. We'll see what's sexy about it and what's next. So that's where we can discuss different scenario, different processes, and that might be supported by the solution. So why is the RMA the forgotten? Because it's usually done at the end of the project. You can't really do and start with this because it integrates with all the other departments, so you need to focus and make sure that the solution works for the other department first, and then you can fulfill the requirements of the RMA or customer service team. There's no real app in Odoo from the main menu, and in some companies, customer service or RMA is a special department. It's not part of sale. It's not part of purchase. It's neither of the warehouse team, for example. So it sometimes it stands aside from all of this, and it's in Odoo there is different module partially answering the requirements. You have claims, you have repair, you have help desk, and project tasks, and issues, so that the functionalities available on the platform is spread out in different modules, and there is nothing RMA or customer service centric. And so because there is different apps answering the needs, it's partially or poorly integrated for their requirements. And I think in all our projects it leads us to some customization, because there is a poor integration in the platform, but also because customers has his own way to handle RMA. So context about what we did. So it was a customer working on version 9. It was an ITAR regulated business, working with weapons, and they needed to track serial numbers and all across the RMA process. But they basically had this simple one that we can summarize here. So customers contact the company, and the customer service representative look at the request and determine if they will either receive or get the product returned and refunded, refunded, and paid back to the customer, and return or and deliver a replacement, or returned, repair the item, change some component, and ship the item back. And in that scenario, I won't show all the integration with the manufacturer, RMA. So it's a small set of process that have been covered here. But based on this simple scenario, we made the analysis and specification for our customers, and even for a simple one like this, we get this kind of processes. So you see all the interaction that the customer service department needs to have with the customer on one side, with the sales team, with the warehouse team to handle returns, with the manufacturing team if you have to repair the product, and with the accounting if you decide to refund the customer and pay money back or keep a refund for future purchases. And this process here, even if it looks complex, it doesn't handle yet all the processes for the vendor RMA, or processes where you will see in the, later in the presentation, the repair on site or replacement of the product on site. So there's other scenario that can make this process a little bit more complex. So what's sexy about the RMA? It's as an integrator, it's well, first it's one single place to for the CSR to track and coordinate everything. So that's where we can see the real power of integration, because it also allow you to test all the other processes, because you'll basically work with the other departments to fulfill the RMA requirements. You'll have to work with the sales team, the purchase department, with the warehouse and accounting. So it allows you to validate all the decisions that were made by those departments during the projects. And it also, and when analyzing a company, like having some KPI around the RMA, like how much time, how much people they have, how many, what's the volume, how long does it take to handle the RMA process, gives you a good idea about how the overall organization is working, if they are tightly integrated, and if they have good coordination, if they can handle RMA within a week or two or 3. So that's usually where you can see the benefits of implementing Odoo or implementing your new solution. What's next? And that's where I'd like to get your input on it. But from other customers in different industries, so this one was mainly manufacturing, but we got customers in the field service, so providing only services. So we need to support service products, better integrate with the vendor RMA if the product is under your warranty or the manufacturer warranty. You have different cases here. We have to handle repair and replacement on site, which it's also tightly integrated to one of the other presentation we've made about assets management. So if you have an asset that needs to be fixed, you need to ship a truck, make sure the truck has all the replacement products to fix the asset. We got a customer with a request about carrier integration. If the product is under warranty, they will ship the label to the customer so that the customer just print it and stick it on the box. If it's not under warranty, it's customer responsibility to print and pay for the return. And also support different responsibilities distributions. What I mean by that is you can have customers with a customer service department, but sometimes there is no special team for this. It's part of sales. So even if you have the same process, it might not be executed by the same person. So sometimes it's related to warehouse, sometimes it's related to purchasing. And that's why I'd like to open the discussion here is based on what I showed and all the features I mentioned, is there some of those that you guys need and didn't find here? Anyone? Yep. Yeah, that's what I mean by carrier integration here. So yeah, being able to create the return, get a label for that return with your carrier being FedEx, UPS, DHL, and yeah, shipping that label to your customer. That yeah, not yet. Yeah. So the question is within your customers, within your companies, based on what I'm been presenting here, is there some scenario will your company or your customer fit into all the scenario I presented here, or do you guys have some other scenario or features that you need to have to implement RMA within your company? So that's because the problem is it's a topic where it's pretty open. Many people have done many things, but they only work and only support special cases for the one of their customers. And then when after the fact, when we need to support all the features, you need to change your design, you need to refactor, and that's something that's pretty expensive, and it's better to have like everything before so that we have something flexible that can match all the scenario, and that's what I'm looking here is if you guys have scenario that needs to be supported. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah, well, it's basically a replacement. Okay, but I think that's something we can support with what we have right now. Replacement, you take it from a different location in your warehouse if it's secondhand or. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yeah, that's hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that was the idea. I mean, start a base, and the same RMA is one process for the customer service. And in the case of our customers, they also handle in the same team, in the same department, in the customer service area, they have customer requesting and asking question about how to use the product, and it has to be integrated with an FAQ or a knowledge base, and they have to handle those cases. Yeah, we just have a minute, so he raised his hand first, and uh, uh, we didn't have that scenario, but yeah, it's added to the list. Yeah. Like a scenario. A script. That's what it's called, right? Yeah. Yep. Okay. Uh, Okay. All right. So I think we're done. If you want to come forward, I have cards. We can discuss further. It's, I think, a break. So thank you for coming.